it is that time of year again, and it is time to make the original Chex Mix Party mix. I don't know if that's what it's called. The original Chex Party mix. My grandma used to call it Chex Mix. No wonder I couldn't find the recipe. Anyway, something my grandma always did was she always collected her coffee cans throughout the year, and then she kind of decorated them with wrapping paper. I actually kind of spray painted them and did a little bit of decoupage. So mine's completely ready for Christmas Eve, when I'm going to be handing out my wonderful Chex Mix. So this is super easy. I'm actually going to tweak this recipe a little bit because this is how my grandma did it. And you can make it any way you like. The recipe for the Chex Party mix is on the back of all of the Chex boxes this time of year. Super simple. You're going to really enjoy this recipe. If you've never made it, give it a try. It's a great snack food when you're sitting down watching TV at night. So I start off putting the dry ingredients together, the Chex, the chips, the pretzels, all that kind of stuff. And then I make my sauce and pour it over. Now this is a recipe that you're gonna have to bake in the oven. So we're gonna preheat the oven right now to 250 degrees and get started cooking. So the first thing that we're gonna do is start measuring out our Chex. You're gonna be using all three Chex. You're gonna use the wheat Chex, the corn, and the rice. We're gonna put in 4.5 cups of the Rice Chex. If you're following the recipe on the back of the box, it's gonna be 3 cups of each of the rice, wheat, and the corn Chex. For me, I'm gonna be putting 4.5 cups of the corn and the rice, and I'm gonna be putting 2 cups of the wheat Chex in. Now we're going to be adding some bite-sized pretzels. So I just got these pretzel sticks, about 2 cups of pretzels. Now you can either put in mixed nuts, my grandma was put in peanuts, so that's what I'm gonna be putting in today. And these are salted peanuts. And I'm gonna be putting in 1.5 cups of peanuts. And then instead of the bagel bites, I'm gonna be putting in Doritos chips. Now, I don't want huge pieces of chips, so I don't want to completely crush them, but I'm gonna just kind of break them up a little in the bag. All right, 2 big cups and 1 for the cook. Okay, so we got all of our ingredients together here. And I'm just gonna do this in the microwave. This is gonna take 8 tablespoons of butter. So this is gonna be basically 1/2 cup of butter. We're gonna melt that in a microwave safe dish. I'm just gonna throw this in the microwave safe bowl. And I think I've told you in other videos, I take a damp paper towel and just put it over the top so nothing splatters. So I'm gonna go ahead and microwave this for about 1 minute. So in the meantime, we're gonna measure out all of our seasonings. We're gonna put 2 teaspoons of seasoning salt, 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1.5. And we're gonna put in 1 teaspoon of onion powder. This is 1/2 because my teaspoon doesn't fit in here. So I'm just gonna, then I always put in a little bit of chopped onion as well. Just a little bit, maybe 1 teaspoon. So all we're gonna do is pour these spices in here. Make sure you get it all stirred up together. We're gonna pour that right over our dry mixture. Just like this. Now I'm probably going to be making a couple batches of this because I want to give quite a bit of it away. And you're going to coat this, just keep stirring it until everything's coated with this garlicky, oniony, delicious buttery sauce. I can still remember my grandpa sitting in his chair watching television. He'd go through a whole half a can of this in one evening. Now I take a cookie sheet and line it with some parchment paper. That way I don't have to put any more butter in this. And then all I'm gonna do is pour this over my cookie sheet. Now you wanna have this on kind of an even layer, so I'm probably gonna use 2 cookie sheets. I'm gonna put this one in and get another one ready, and I'll see you as soon as it's baked. So we're gonna bake this about 45 minutes. About every 15 minutes, we're gonna take it out and give it a little stir. So this is how our Chex Mix came out. I've got it in these cute little cans. I've got some lids that I'm gonna put on top of them and just stick a bow on. But let's give our Chex Mix a try. I haven't had these, honestly, since I was like in high school. Oh, that's a walk through the past. This stuff should be named crack because it's so addictive. You almost have to go into a recovery program to get off this stuff. But I know everybody's gonna enjoy it. Hope they enjoy my little tins I made. And I just wanna say Merry Christmas. I hope you're enjoying this holiday season of cooking and baking and friends and family. And so I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to the Chex Mix. I've got a whole setup on the table. I'm probably gonna be making about 3 batches. This first batch basically makes 1.5 coffee cans full of Chex Mix. So I'm gonna leave the lids off. I'm gonna let them cool all day long, put the lids on tonight, and they'll be ready to go. So thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.